What if I told you that a $3 million Bugatti,
Declared completely dead after 8 days and $500,000 of expert work, was brought back to life in just 5 minutes? Sounds impossible, right? In today's story, a group of top engineers fail again and again until a quiet single dad steps in. A man no one takes seriously. But what happens next will shock everyone in the room. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories like this. Now, let's get started. The glass-walled garage in downtown Detroit looked more like a laboratory than a workshop. Bright white lights reflected off the flawless curves of the silent Bugatti, a machine worth millions, yet now reduced to an expensive statue. Around it stood a team of elite engineers, each one armed with tablets, diagnostic tools, and years of specialized training. For 8 long days, they had tested every system: fuel injection, electrical circuits, engine mapping, leaving no component unchecked. Still, the car refused to start. Frustration hung thick in the air, mixed with the pressure of a $500,000 budget already spent without results. Behind the glass, executives and media crews observed closely. The CEO paced back and forth, her expression tightening with every failed attempt. This wasn't just about fixing a car anymore, it was about reputation, pride, and the fear of public embarrassment. Every expert in the room had promised results, yet none had delivered. The once confident atmosphere had turned tense, almost desperate, as quiet arguments broke out among the specialists, each blaming the other's approach. Outside, near the service entrance, Marcus stood beside his old pickup truck, waiting for his young son to finish a part-time shift at a nearby auto shop. He wasn't dressed like the men inside. His clothes were simple, his hands marked with years of hard work, but his eyes were sharp, observant. When a technician stepped out, muttering about a completely dead system, Marcus couldn't help but listen. Years of experience had taught him that machines often failed for simple reasons, hidden beneath complex assumptions. Curiosity pulled him closer. Through the glass, he studied the Bugatti, not with expensive tools but with instinct. The way the team moved, the tests they repeated, the things they ignored, it all told him a story. And deep down, Marcus felt something none of them did anymore. Quiet certainty that the problem wasn't as complicated as they believed. The laughter hadn't fully faded when Marcus stepped into the garage, but he ignored it. The polished floor reflected his worn boots as he approached the Bugatti, his calm presence clashing with the tension in the room. The engineers watched with folded arms, some amused, others irritated that a stranger had been allowed near the car they couldn't fix. The CEO, running out of options, gave a short nod. 5 minutes, she said firmly. Marcus didn't reply. He was already focused. He didn't reach for a tablet or ask for reports. Instead, he crouched beside the engine, listening in silence. His fingers traced along the components with familiarity, not hesitation. He noticed small things, the way a cable sat too tight, the faint smell of fuel that shouldn't linger, the subtle misalignment hidden beneath layers of precision engineering. While the specialists had trusted data, Marcus trusted patterns. "Start it," he said quietly after a moment. One of the engineers scoffed. "We've tried that 100 times. Marcus looked up, his expression steady. "Try it again." Reluctantly, they complied. The engine turned, but failed, just like before. A few smirks appeared in the room. Marcus didn't react. Instead, he reached deeper into the system, adjusting a nearly invisible fuel relay that sat slightly off position. It was a tiny detail, easy to overlook, buried beneath complexity. "Now," he said. The ignition was pressed again. This time the engine roared to life, loud, powerful, undeniable. The sound filled the garage, echoing off the glass walls. Conversations died instantly. Faces froze. The same experts who had spent 8 days in failure now stood in stunned silence. Marcus stepped back, wiping his hands on a cloth. No celebration, no pride, just quiet satisfaction. The CEO stared at him, speechless, realizing that in 5 minutes, a man they dismissed had solved what money and expertise could not.